so what I found was that I had to make a really tough decision. And that decision was, if I want to grow this company in the way that I want to grow it, I'm going to have to change what I'm delivering to my customers. I'm going to have to bite the bullet. And I did that. I decided to make that choice, and I cut hundreds of thousands of dollars in recurring revenue. I called every one of our customers and I said, "Hi, how you going? I need to let you know about some changes in the service that we're offering to you. We're no longer going to charge you $1,000 a month for our IT support. We're only going to charge you $300 a month, and now we're going to stop coming on site. So we're going to still be able to deliver about 90% of what we could deliver before, but your cost is going to be a third of what it was previously." And you can guess, all of our customers said, "Fuck yeah, that sounds great, Pete." Everyone went for it, and we managed to retain all of those customers, which was really great. And so what we then found was I could accelerate the growth of the business, and particularly accelerate the remote team aspect of the business, because now we didn't have that restriction of having to hire in one place. Now, here's the big problem in having to hire in one place. You limit your talent to a half an hour or a 1 hour commute radius of your office. That's ridiculous. If you think about how large your country is, how large the world is, how many people are in other countries outside of, just if we're talking about Australia, a tiny little country with 20 odd million people, think of what you're restricting yourself to if you're just putting a circle around your physical office and only hiring talent around there. That's just absolutely nuts. And so when you open yourself to working with remote team members, and I'm talking about full-time, completely remote team members, not even coming to your office, your talent pool opens way up. And that was one of the biggest things for us, is we were able to access really, really great talent. As I said, ex-Microsoft staff, ex-Google staff, ex-corporate staff in Emerson Electric, like, high-profile executives from different businesses, and bring them into our business. Now, obviously, there's some arbitrage included here. We started hiring in the Philippines. That worked really well for us because of the cost base, and it allowed us to really rapidly grow and scale our team. We went from 5 people in that office in Sydney right up to now we have more than 35 staff. And we have a blossoming team. It's all going really well. And this video is not about, team hire in the Philippines. That's not the message of this video. The message of this video is to open yourself up to remote working. And, if you look at this scale, it's moving from being office-based to, over time, a more distributed team and a more distributed setup. We'd made that change, we then had to learn how to operate as a remote company. And many of you may have had some flexible work and you've been at like step 2 on the scale of, having a bit of work from home type stuff. That's not how you run a company if you've got everyone working from home 95% of the time. Now, if you're interested in some resources for yourself to get started on this remote work journey, there's 2 resources that I want to share with you. Number one is actually this one here, which is the Buffer blog. And so the Buffer blog is really, really awesome. They've got heaps of stuff on remote work because these guys have been doing remote work for a long time. And so if you head along, you can even just search for this post, the remote work scale. And you'll find this post, and then you can see here they've got a whole category on remote work, and they've got heaps of blogs there, so go ahead and check those out. The next one is a book recommendation, and that book is called Remote, Office Not Required. So this book is written by the guys who created Basecamp, which is a remote work collaboration app similar to Asana. We actually recommend Asana over Basecamp, but this book is absolutely fantastic. And this talks about how to actually manage a team remotely, exactly what you need to do, exactly how to make it work, the real basics. We use this as an inspiration. I read this book about 5 years ago, and then we took all the strategies from the book and we battle tested them. Some of them worked, some of them we've tweaked and kind of made our own. Question that's on most people's mind, and when I share our story of how we changed and how we grew, most people actually ask, well, what happened to your Australian staff? Because now we only have myself and one other staff person in Australia. And what we found was that over time, there was natural attrition in our office in Sydney. Bit by bit, those staff members happened to move on. And for a long time, we've had a strategy of hiring exclusively in the Philippines. And what that's allowed us to do is grow and scale our business and serve more customers in a better way by actually growing out that team more efficiently. We haven't so far had a need for more team members here. And so you may find as you embark along this journey, I'm not saying it's going to happen to you, but you may find some really big shifts in how you think about hiring, how you think about the help that you bring on board into the business. I welcome you sharing what that journey is like. And we're here, of course, to support you. So that's it for the content. I wanted to let you know a little bit about itGenius and what we do. So if you haven't worked with us yet, or you're curious about what we do, we help enable businesses to work remotely and help enable teams to get their work done productively, no matter where they are, whether they're at home, whether they're on the go, whether you're on the couch with your phone, wherever you are. We want to help you do productive work and help you, if you're a business owner, build a productive, scaled team. Now, we technically focus on technology. We do a little bit about the HR and the other bits and pieces, but most of our focus is on technology. We take care of automation. We take care of your collaboration platform, like what do you do for email, file storage, connecting with each other, video calls, and then we help all your apps talk to each other. So we'll help with automations, we'll help with building dashboards if you want to visualize your business data from zero, or have KPI leaderboards and those kind of things. We can help you visualize that kind of stuff. Think about us as a new age technology IT consultancy, specifically for businesses who are interested in working remotely and having more flexibility in how they work. We're very, very big on the Google platform. We've got a cloud-based phone system, cloud-based CRM system that we recommend, and all of these integrate and they all talk to each other. And that's a big part of making sure that your operations run smoothly, is that you don't have double handling of information. So if you're interested in chatting, head along to itgenius.com, or you can drop me a PM and I'll be happy to point you in the right direction. I've got some links below if you want to join a group with other business owners who are on their remote journey. Join our group. It's a free open group. And we talk specifically about building and scaling remote teams. Over 1,000 business owners in there, and we share tips and tricks and help each other out with everything in the Google world. So even if you're just curious about G Suite, go ahead and jump into that group. We've got nothing to hide, and hear from thousands of business owners that are already on the Google platform. And I will catch you in the next one. Cheers.